Hello everyone, my name is Nitin Gupta and I am here to explain the capstone project 1. So, basically I have to explain 5 questions from this capstone project 1 and let's get started. We should start from easiest questions first. So, our first question in this, we have to basically uh, assign the variable and it is basic code for Python variable assignment. So in this we have a, a Alma Beta cricket tournament in which Team London plays 8 matches. It has won 4, lost 3, and draw 1. And points for each win is 3, draw 1 point, and for every loss there is 0 points. So we basically assign number of matches wins, draw, and losses as variable and assign them the value of 8, 4, 1, and 3 respectively. Now, as we have to calculate the total points of Team London, so formula for total points is number of wins into point for win, that is 3, plus number of draws into point for each draw 1, and number of loss into point for each loss is 0. And then assign this value of this or sum to London points. And then we print the total points gained by Team London by using print function. So now we move on to some tougher questions. In this question, we have to basically calculate the percentage. And in this question, we have an energy bar in which contain 45 gram resin, 60 gram almonds, and 30 grams of apricot. And we have to calculate a percentage of each component and then calculate the overall percentage. So for resins, we have resins by total weight into 100. For almonds, similar formula, and for apricot, similar formula. Now moving on to some more difficult question, and here we have to find here we have to find the count of some word in a string. Not word. Basically, we have to find the number of times a word repeats in a list. So we use dot count or count method. And firstly, we process the list. Then for counting the variable, that is small e and large e, we use dot count or count method. And then we find the total e count. And then we print the e count. Now we have to calculate the mean of a list. So firstly we process the list, then mean is equals to sum upon the length of list, because sum upon total number of elements, that is mean. And for total number of elements, we have to calculate the length of the list. And then we print the mean marks. Now we have to move on to some tougher question. And in this, we have to basically uh, eh, use the slice method and indexing. So firstly, we process the list, which then we have to slice the six characters, and initial index should be 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From third to Nemor, that is last. Nemor is the last. So basically, we have to start from third and at Nemor, and index of Thor is 5. So we have to start from 5 and reach till end, and this will give us this sliced characters. Now we have to find a team of even and odd index. For so every even index starts at 0 and upgrades at 2 positions. So we have taken 2 steps and starts from 0. Now we have to, from Spider-Man, we have to index spider only. So we index number of spider is 0, 1, and 2. So we take 2. Then we have to slice the spider. So we start from 0, because 0 is the position of S and R is 6. So we will reach up to 6 index, and then we print the sliced part. And in second question, we have to just reverse arrangement. So for reversing, we use -1 step size. So basically, it starts from end and it will go up to initial position. Now moving on to more tougher question. We have to basically use conditional if statement. So we initiate two variables. Then in first question, it is given that we cannot take weight higher than 13 kgs. So if weight is greater than 13 kgs, you have to put back and we cannot go. And we have to print, sorry, you cannot go. And we use if condition 1 and condition 2, because and statement basically used when we have to take both in consideration. And then if we execute this, we got, sorry, we cannot go through, because we have seen that bag one where it is greater than 13 kgs. And we print, Sorry, you cannot go through. In next, we have a condition that if any bag is less than 6, we should be allowed to board the flight. So, bag to weight is less than 6, that is 5. So, here we use or statement. Or statement is basically used when any one of the statement is true. And it says you can enjoy the trip. And we plan to enjoy the trip. Now, we move on to our last question. And then now for our last question, we basically take this question in which we have to write a program to analyze the number of consonant and vowels using nested loops and basic conditional statement. So we firstly process the list, then we take two empty lists, vowel names and consonant name. Then we take a list which contains a string of variables A, E, I, O, U for vowels and except vowels, all are consonants. So we initialize using nested for loop for name in names. Then we go to an inner loop. Then we go to for character in name. And then if we check name's initial letter in uppercase is vowel because we in initial we have taken that vowels in capital form of A, E, I, O, U. If the condition is met, then we take the first letter and append that name in the list and then the statement breaks. Else, we use else statement, which is in conditional if else conditional statement, and we put the name from name list in consonant names. And then we print the vowel and consonants. And one more question in this, we have to basically find the number of students who score 90% or greater. So we basically process the grade dictionary. Then we take for loop for students and then we take grade in grades dictionary. We go in grades dictionary, then we check if uh, grade is greater than 90. We check for keys basically. So if grade is key is greater than 90 or grade is greater than 90, then we print that the name of the student or basically the name associated with key as the output.